Yo, we back, boys. Water's pretty good. Our number is at 43 with an addition of 1 to make 44. How the fuck is it at 44? What? How the fuck did it get that high? Hey, what's up, Blaze Leader? What's going on, Mania? Holy shit. How did it get so high? The fucking cat... I didn't even put a thing. Alright, so there's not going to be a cat counter on screen. I can't. I keep fucking forgetting. You know what? No, it's going to be simple as fuck. Hold on. I got it. I got this. I got this, guys. You're going to hate it, but I got it. Oh, God. There we go. I'm going to call it that. Don't even worry about it, guys. It's coming. Where's my wild words at? I want wild words. I want wild words. It's not wild words. I want wild words. Aha, there it is. My CC wild words, dude. Alright. There we go, guys. I did it. It's down here. Or up here. Over here. I'll put it right here. There's the cat counter. Man, it wasn't that easy. Like I said, you guys are gonna hate it, but I did it. Mondays are boring, so hi Blue. Hey, what's going on? Hi Swing Zero. Hey, what's going on, Saiyan? We're gonna be playing some Sakura Santa. Hey, Yogi Parasite, I'm doing pretty good, man. How about you? Yesterday I went and watched a couple of movies, walked home in the fucking cold air, and now I'm a little sick. But I'm good. Dude, I watched both the new Pokemon movie, Pokemon I Choose You. Right afterwards, I watched Thor Ragnarok, and they were both awesome. You finally begun to play through your own collection of Sakura games. Dude, Sakura Santa and Sakura Shrine Girl is all you need to play. I'm kidding. Play all you want, but those are the two that I recommend. And this one to an extent. This one's fun so far. You put a proper 44 in too, or were you reading my text before the stream was properly on? No, you just said 44 earlier, so... You said 44, so I'm like, alright, cool, there's your 44. That sounded like a smart thing to do, Blue. Hey, man. I couldn't get on a bus. Marshadow is cute as shit, and I have 2 of them. Yeah, Andy almost said a spoiler. Not gonna say anything. Yoki Parasite just working on a character sheet for a game in a couple of days. Hell yeah, Yoki. Ugh. Games are fun. Speaking of games, last night after I woke up from my freaking sick stupor, because I couldn't even DM last night, I got on Anna Roleplay, which is a site that I usually just go back and forth between to do roleplay stuff, and I made a character on there again just so I could be like, yeah, whatever, I want to do something, and the character I made is a character called Unremarkable Zoe. She's unremarkable in every way, except she gets sent to all these different universes and she fucking doesn't like it. She's like, I just want to go home and go to bed. The first night you make a character, you get a flood of people trying to screw them. You get a flood of people trying to give them the sex. So it's just funny. The worst one last night was a guy named Bowser, who literally was just playing Bowser, and I have it in the Discord. If you go to the Discord right now, you can see the first message sent to me by Bowser. Go into the random things chat, and it's literally just up in a little bit. It's just like Bowser says he gently grabs her butt from behind with his sharp claws, and I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna talk to you. Good. And it's not even technically out of character for Bowser. I just didn't want to talk to him because he was a one-liner. I'm going to tell this right now, guys. If any of you guys ever, like, roleplay with me, like text roleplay with me, do not send me one line of dialogue. do not send me a single line of anything. No matter what you say, I'm going to ignore you because I hate people who just give me one line. I would have talked to this guy if he would have been like, Bowser smiles as he does this, looking down at the girl in front of him with lust in his eyes. I would have at least talked to him for like one or two posts and been like, yeah, sorry, I don't really want to do this. But yeah, it's just at least talk to me. At least give me a couple of lines of dialogue. I'm not asking for a novella. I'm not asking for novella RPing, like, which is where you just write out a fucking story before everything. I'm expecting at least para to multi-para, which means give me 4 lines of text, and I'm good. I just need 4 lines of text. All I need is 4 lines of text. That's all I want. About the screen games are amazing. Hey Blue, I couldn't really talk in the Discord too much was because of sleep paralysis. Dude, I've been there, man. Sleep paralysis is fucking crazy. I've been there, believe you me. I've had medicines that gave me that as like side effects. Any type of sleep issue, I've been through most of them. I haven't been through all of them, but I've been through a lot of sleep issues. You want someone to properly seduce, not act like a perv. It's not even acting like a perv that's wrong. It's just whenever someone gives you one line of text, you can't really respond to that very well. What am I supposed to say? Fuck off? I mean, I want to be able to at least like, let's see here. How would I respond to here? I'm gonna show the picture that I took last night of this shit. Hold on. I'm gonna show the picture I took of this shit. Image. Okay. Browse. Because I took a screenshot of this last night. Here we go. This was what Bowser said to me. Dang it, Bowser. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, Bowser? So what could I have said to this? What can I have said to this? Like, I can't even think of how to respond to this. Like, it's not even the fact that it's a pervy line. It's just, there's nothing to say except, like, fucking runs away from the giant fire-breathing fucking dinosaur behind her. Like what the fuck? there's nothing to do. That's the thing. There's nothing to do here. I don't usually like roleplay with people who are just this pervy, but if I were to at one point, there's no way to respond to this. He could have been saying anything. Like he could have been like he walks up behind you with a smile on his face, and I still couldn't fucking respond to that. Like, well, how the fuck are you supposed to respond to like a one sentence that he doesn't even have a period here? There's not even a period at the end of this. That's nitpicking though. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've been text role playing for a long ass time, and I'm used to seeing shit like that. I just don't respond to it anymore. What the hell are you doing? Nah, just going on a bit of a tangent. Let me go on a tangent before we start, gamer man. This is just on my mind, you know. Kills Bowser, fuck off, you disgusting beast. Emerald, you are a god modding fuck if you can just kill Bowser like that. Like that's not how you respond to somebody. You don't respond to somebody with god modding. That's not what you do. What the fuck is always a good response? Yes, but I don't want to stoop to his level and just give a single sentence back to him. I want to give at least 4. That's my thing, you know? It's like I can't give less than 4 sentences, because if I do, then that's going against my own my own like modus operandi here. That goes against my own thoughts of role playing. Hey, what's going on, Kim? And I thought I had grammar issues. Just respond to something equal like that, like cheers, mate. Nah. Nah, I don't want to respond with the same amount of dialogue or the same amount of sentences. That's just not me. I would have suplexed Bowser. And the thing is, though, you get a lot of people like that. You get a lot of people like Bowser, especially when you play girl characters, which I do often because I just do. Don't fucking stop it. I do play girl characters often, so you get this kind of stuff immediately playing any kind of girl character. And it's worth it for like the few good role players that you get into. There's this guy Sawyer who actually I'm role playing with right now on this same character, and he's role playing very, very awesomely. I'm not really sure I know too much about his character right now. He seems like he's kind of a vampire type of person, but he's been sending me around 4 paragraphs every time we talk, which is at minimum 16 lines of dialogue, or like 16 lines of text. So that's really awesome. I've been sending him around the same back to him every time. He's actually a little bit more detailed than I usually do, so I'm trying to keep up with him. So there's ways of doing it great, and there are people out there who are worth like weeding through the other people. Like there are people that are worth weeding through to get to the characters who actually are really good at role playing like that. Should Totes play a trap with the biggest hidden dick? No, I'm not an erotic role player, Emerald. I don't do that. You should play an unknown trap character and creep around when they try to seduce you. See, I've played traps before. I just don't want to go into detail of saying I have the biggest hidden dick. Stag, we had the same idea. Holy shit. Actually, I've had the opposite experience with my femme characters. Usually get more respect and work than male. It depends on where you are. It really does depend on where you are. Forum role playing is a lot different, I would think. Where's my Nekopara? I told you whenever Sakura Gamer's over, I'd Nekopara Kim. But that'll also be after I start my other series, which will probably start tomorrow as well. But it's gonna happen during that series. It's not gonna be after I finish that series. It's gonna be after I finish this series, though. So with all of that talk being said, guys, we've already been talking for about fucking 11 minutes, 12 minutes. So let's go ahead and jump into some Sakura Gamer. I really want to continue and hopefully finish or something with this story. No worries, Kim. Don't worry about apologizing, man. I want to see how this story ends. To be honest, that seems like a very good idea to me. I'm gonna move my text over here so I can see it. No, don't worry about it, Kim. Let's stop with the perv and get to the nya pervs. That's right. Let's stop with this pervy conversation, guys, and let's play this Sakura game. Let's play this nice, wholesome Sakura game. How about that? Might have thought the horror RP is done and not tonight. I made myself sad. Aw, sucks to die, Emerald. Speaking of gamer, am I the only one who relates to Seo Nekohime 99% of the time? No. But maybe that percentage, yes. I relate to Nekohime in a lot of ways, especially since I'm actually writing a video game like off and on right now. So, you know, I relate to Nekohime a decent bit. I don't, not 99.97% of the time. I am antisocial as well. I really do think that Clover's my girl, though. Like, Clover's got, like, the whole happy thing going on. She's also got my dream job whenever I was a kid of being a teacher. Things are cool. Let's go back into this. Let's do this. Why is Monica in the corner? What are you talking about, man? Alright, let's go in. A few days pass. We now have precisely 10 days left until the summer manga market, and the 3 of us are making reasonably good time. I've written 6 scenes, bringing the word count to a respectable 20,000 characters. It's been a long time since I've written anything fictional. I used to roleplay with Clover a lot, but it yielded poor results. I hated relinquishing my fictional worlds to Clover, so she could harm-fistedly insert her own characters into my universe. Blue, what is your opinion on fanfic or most recent Nat 19 session? On the fanfic for the most recent Nat, I haven't seen the fanfic yet. Whenever it's completed, I will look at it. If it's already completed, I haven't seen it. As for my opinions, fucking make that shit as lewd as you can, boy. I want to be able to see that. All right, so, dude, maybe I'll get if it turns out right, maybe I'll grab Aaron and be like, Aaron, I need you to be in a fucking stream with me. He's like, but why? And it's like, we have to read something. to enjoy when you live in a town where everybody tells you you don't deserve to exist. It sucks, man. That's all I can really say anymore to that. Like, you've mentioned this a lot. Just move out, the best I can say. Like, get to a point where you're able to get out, man. If it's that bad, get out. I lived in a really horrible town too, but I'm pretty sure the town you're in has no ethics whatsoever and is potentially illegal. So that's all I can say with all the stuff you've told me about it. I hated relinquishing my fictional worlds to Clover. I've already read this. It caused me unimaginable pain. Role-playing is supposed to be a joint activity. Thank you! Yes, that's what I was saying earlier. In theory, anyway. It was a theory, however, I was never quite able to master. I was too much of a control freak. Being the sole writer on the team is liberating. Finally, I can make my characters say what I want, do what I want, act like I want, and Clover isn't here getting in the way. Clover's never really been very good at writing. She didn't take it seriously. Her characters' speech patterns were inconsistent, their backstories were nebulous, and her interpersonal relationships changed at the drop of a hat. Sometimes she even got their names mixed up. Well, I won't make any amateur mistakes. I'm halfway through the proposed 40,000 character script already, and I have the rest of the scenes planned out. Now the crucial scenes are blocked in, all 15 of them. I can finally give Suki a list of all the assets required to make my vision into a reality. Firstly, I prepared a list of pieces of background art we need. Because we have at least less than 2 weeks to create a finished product, I tried to reduce the number of background assets as much as possible. I tried to set a story in a small handful of locations to reduce the need for background art. According to Suki, background art is one of the most tedious and time-consuming parts of her job, and sadly, it's the least appreciated. Most people don't notice the backgrounds in visual novels unless they're incredibly ugly or exceptionally pretty. Otherwise, they're just there. Too much background art would slow production down by weeks, even months, so we had to be sparse. I managed to whittle the number of backgrounds needed down to 6, which should be enough for her to handle. Suki also needs to work on the CGs too, or in layman's term, the computer graphics. In a visual novel, CG is any piece of artwork used to depict a complex scene which can't be properly expressed with sprites and backgrounds. For instance, an image of Suki reclining on the couch holding her tablet would be counted as fucking... Stop it, Sakura Gamer! Stop being so meta! Hey! Seen this before. And incidentally, that happens to be what she's doing right now. Now, this looks like a familiar sight. Hey, Nakohime! Suki lifts her head and gives me a bright smile. Did you finish that list of required art assets for me? Yeah, I updated the online document. You should be able to access it. That's great, thank you! And, I was wondering... What? You have quite a lot of work on your plate. That's right. Aren't you worried about meeting the deadline? Nah, I'll be fine. Are you sure? My grandmother was horrid, but her harsh instruction helped me out a lot. She made me spend hours and hours practicing my calligraphy. After that, drawing a few pieces of background art should be a piece of cake. Well, if you're sure. I'm always sure I can handle it. She gives me a thumbs up. And if the workload gets too heavy, I can ask Clover to help. Is Clover good at digital art? She's not as good as me, but she dabbles. I can ask her to paint in clouds and the grass and the backgrounds and the CGs. It's not that hard. You're going to split the work to save time? Yep, it's quite common for visual novels to have lead artists to draw the characters and assistant artists who handle the backgrounds and other tiny details. It increases the overall productivity of the production team and helps products get released faster. You know quite a lot about this, huh? Of course, we're aiming to be professionals after all. But what if you can't draw all the CGs in time? We can't release a finished product with sketches and placeholders. Let's see. Suki ponders, idly tapping on her tablet pen against her lower lip. If it comes to that, we could always use a few shortcuts.
because art assets are some of the most time-consuming and expensive assets to produce. A lot of visual novels reuse their CGs, so they'll display the same CG more than once. Exactly. A lot of CGs are deliberately designed so they can be purposed in multiple parts of the story, like this one. For example, in a visual novel with a lot of fight scenes, there might be a CG of a character holding a sword, and a single CG image can be reused for every single time the character is engaged in a sword fight. Yeah, skipping and saving can go a long way. To figure that out, Emerald, one must ask the sacred question: are you surrounded by harem girls? Dang it, Blaze. Oh, but you don't want to reuse CGs too much. It has to be done right, at the right moment, or it'll look cheap. Scenes have to be written carefully without too many unique details, so they can match a single CG seamlessly. For example, this CG of a character with a sword might have a daytime lighting. In that case, you can use the CG during a fight that takes place at night, or even if the character is holding a sword in both scenes. Or you can't use it. Artists and writers should work together hand in hand so the art assets blend with the story and enhance it. If the art assets don't match the writing, it'll detract from the experience. In that case, you'd be better off writing an ordinary novel. I see. I nod my head, one hand under my chin. Maybe I should have brought a notepad with me to write all this down. Suki's surprisingly good at giving out advice. And for some reason, I'm experiencing a surprising sense of deja vu. I wonder why. The following day. Hey, Clover, how's the music coming along? Oh, Nekohime! Clover spins around her swivel chair and gives me a bright smile. It's going good. I think I've sketched out a couple of tracks, including the title theme. Did you listen to the references I gave you? I sure did. You were really thorough with the references you sent, Nekohime. It was super helpful. I'm sorry if I sent over too much. I just wanted everything to be perfect. Some things never change. I don't know much about music production. It might not be possible to do everything I want. Well, some of the tracks you sent me were a little complex. I could probably produce tracks of that caliber if I had more time, but this is quite the tight deadline we have here. I know. I hope my expectations weren't too high.
Where's Squeaky? She's busy telling me I'm too sick to try to stream today. She's like, if you're sick, you shouldn't. She's like, if you're sick, you shouldn't be streaming. And I'm like, fuck, shut up. I can stream. It's just 2 to 3 hours.
Oh, that isn't an issue. Don't lower your expectations on my account, boss. I try to do the best of the time we have. Don't expect miracles, but this is a rough draft, and it sounds pretty good. Clover clicks on her computer and opens a complex-looking program with dials and buttons all over the place. I stare at it. Even with my glasses on, everything starts merging together. What program is this exactly? It's a pretty standard tool for digital composers. It's kind of tricky to use at first, but it gets the job done. Hey, Blue, water. I have water right here. I got it right here, look. Hear it crinkling? I got water, don't worry, guys. I'm also going to be getting medicine tonight, don't worry. We don't have any right now. I walked home from the movies like a little bit over 2 hours yesterday, and it was windy, and it wasn't very warm, and by the time I got home I was exhausted, and it sucked. But yes. I just realized some of the synths were after drinking water, however, it's hard. I just realized some of the synths there are too loud. There we go. Give me a second, I'll adjust the levels for you. I watch Clover as she works. Though my eyes are trained onto the screen, I can't make heads or tails of the complex process unfolding before me. And to be perfectly honest, Nekohime is actually a lot easier to voice now that I'm sick. So, if you're sick, you should rest. I don't want to, though. That's the point. Like, that's the same thing I told her. I don't want to rest. I want to play games. So yeah, like I can actually like freaking Because of the kind of grovel in my voice right now, I can actually really do Nekohime justice today. Though my eyes are trained on the screen, I can't make heads or tails of the complex process unfolding before me. She's opening a lot of drop-down menus. Seriously, a lot of drop-down menus. I make myself comfortable on Clover's bed while I wait, hugging one of the many stuffed pillows to my chest.
Show an interest!
Hey, Clover. What is it, Nekohime? I was just wondering, how do you get involved in digital music? Huh? We've been friends for like 10 years and you're only just asking? I guess. I mean, I always knew you were interested in music, but I've never seen you work on it before.
Okay, play a game on your own so you can do both? Nah, that's wasting valuable time. That's wasting valuable time. I could be ending Sakura Gamer instead.
I didn't realize how involved it all was. I'd always assumed Clover's interest in music was nothing more than a passing fancy. Because I knew nothing about it, it was easy for me to write it off as a mere whim. But that was naive. Now I can see just how difficult it is. It must have taken Clover a long time to learn how to do this. Almost as long as it took me to learn Java and C++. I used to sneak books from the local library back home when I finished my homework, so I could lie in bed at night and pore over those books. I had to do it in secret. I knew my parents would be angry if they discovered I was doing anything extraneous that would distract me from my studies.
Blue, remember what I said earlier about Rule 13? Check live chat. I don't want to. There is a counter down here inside of the donation thing. There's a 44 there. That's all I did. It's at least it's using a non-usual font. It's using CC Wildwords, which is actually an expensive font. Thank you very much. So that I bought a long time ago. So at least it required some sort of work. It didn't, but you know.
I wonder if Clover was the same. Well, I guess it does look a little complex to a newbie, but I've been working on this for a while. It's second nature now. But what drove you to start making your own music? That's an interesting question. You might not know it, but when I was younger, I used to take piano lessons. You did? Yeah, my mother's a piano teacher, didn't I tell you? You might have brought it up once or twice. Clover mentioned it a few years ago when our friendship was still online only.
I thought it was just you being loopy and crazy. Yeah, just loopy and crazy.
It has a lot of cat sound effects from Undertale. It would be awesome, but it doesn't. No, it doesn't have anything like that.
So that's why there's a 44 in the donation box. Yep, that's why there's a 44 no one's gonna give me 44 bucks, that's for sure. So yeah, that's why there's a 44 in there. Help the stream, help the sick, donate today.
I'm kidding, guys. Don't worry about it. I think it must have been when she was still in middle school. More than once, when Clover and I were in voice chat, she had to mute her mic because the dulcet sounds of chopsticks played out of key and out of time were drifting from the living room. I never knew she had, once upon a time, been one of those people who helplessly tried to mash their way through Baby's first piano songs.
Clover's outfit is neat, but isn't it just a little bit too extra? Dude, yes, a lot, especially the gloves, but you know. You can do whatever you want to in your own home. I walk around with a fucking summoner's robe in my own home, okay? You can do whatever you want. Blue has a donation of $50,000 to Cat. The catch is he loses his soul. Dude, I'd do it. I'd definitely do it. That is fucking security right there. That is me putting that shit in the bank, paying off all my debts, and being like, well, all right, time to just play video games for the next couple of years and not fucking worry about rent.
I should have known better. Clover is the type of person who will try anything once. I mean, she even folds up her bra in half so that her bra isn't shown in these CGs, but then whenever she takes off the shirt, the bra is down below her boobs. She's mastered that trick. Even potato-flavored ice cream. Okay. My mother taught me when I was just a kid, too. I started when I was 5. How long did you play? A little while. I quit before I started middle school, but I must have been doing it for 4 or 5 years at least. Wow. I blink, impressed. I've never once played an instrument. I wouldn't know where to begin. My parents aren't particularly creative. They never encouraged me to do anything with my spare time other than study. So that's what it is. You're a genius, Blue. She's a genius. Heck yeah. Bu. My name's Bu now. Could you still play the piano now? Probably. It's like riding a bike. You don't forget it. I quit when I started middle school because I wanted to take part in a bunch of sports clubs. The piano kind of ate into my time. You used to play soccer, didn't you? Yep. And I ran track. I was one of the fastest in school. You're such a tomboy. Must be, because I have 4 brothers. Can they play the piano too? Nah, Mom wanted them to, but they said it was too girly. I thought playing the piano would be too girly for you too. I'm full of surprises. Evidently. But, after I stopped playing the piano, I was still interested in music. I just never had the time to focus on it. You were too busy with your dazzling middle school life. Clover's experience in the education system was far, far different than mine. Clover was quite a popular girl in middle school, and high school too. She was cheerful and energetic, even if she wasn't particularly bright, and she had a lot of friends. She actually reminds me so much of, my best friend going through high school. He was actually a lot more energetic and popular than I was. Not like to a point where everybody in school loved him, but he was pretty popular. He was in the honors club. He's the one that got me into going into band and ROTC and a bunch of other things. He played football for a little bit. He was a good guy. He still is a good guy. The exact opposite of me. I played soccer in school too, though. I played soccer whenever I was younger. You had to stop playing it after I lost my vision in my eye, but that's fine. And yet, despite that, she still found time to maintain daily correspondence with me over the internet. Her weird, awkward friend from the other side of Japan. If I didn't have Clover back then, my life really would have been miserable. I think you're the one who got me interested in music again. Really? Really? It was when we decided to make a game together someday. I can't draw very well, and I'm no good at writing. I get bored too easily. But music's different. It's something I've liked since I was a kid, and I actually wanted to give it another shot. So you started studying? #PervBlue. What? What am I pervy for? What are you talking about? I mean, it's true, but what are you talking about? I mean, you were working so hard reading all those complicated books about coding. I thought since I was the one who suggested we should make a game, I should step it up too. You learned how to do all this? I gestured toward her computer monitor. For my sake? Of course, I mean, we are best friends. Plus, I enjoy it a lot, so everybody wins. Doesn't staring at all these sliders and drop-downs give you a headache? It did at first. I was totally lost. Saying you play soccer at school? No, I said soccer. I said soccer. You're silly. You're wrong. It was soccer. Check live chat. Don't worry, it won't make you feel dead inside. Nah, I don't think I will, Mania. think I'll just not forever. I think I'm just gonna mute that chat for the rest of my fucking life. It still made music, but digital music was super different than playing the piano. That was me, actually. That was me talking, That was me talking, not you. I'm sorry. I could read your mind. I can imagine. With the piano, you've got to worry about the bass composition, but When you're working with digital instruments, you just have to start thinking about the mixing and mastering too. Mixing? How to balance all the instruments so they sound good played together, or if anything's being drowned out. It sounds technical.
Stop bullying Mania, Blue. I'll bully Mania however I want to.
It is, but I need to give my brain a workout every once in a while. So... Clover slaps her palm against the desk. She's beaming. Do you want to hear my first draft for the title theme? Yeah, I do. My lips quirk upward into a small smile. I can hardly believe it. Clover and I... Our dream... is coming true. Finally. After 10 years, the fruits of our labor are beginning to take shape. Aw. The next day. Oh, did you start coding it together already? That's right. I made the engine myself, so it's rather basic, but I don't think visual novels need to be too complex. So long as there's an option to skip the text you've already read in order to save slots, and enough save slots, you can't really go wrong. Also, I was trying to make the GUI look as unintrusive as possible, so it doesn't interfere with the reading experience. But what do you think? Let me take a look. I slide my laptop over to Suki. She sits it on her lap and peers at it, one hand beneath her chin. She blinks. You made this entire engine yourself? I had to look a few things up online, but more or less. You know, there are a lot of visual novel engines out there you can use already. There's Pawn Scrapper, but that's a bit old. There's also Karakari. Senpai is free and it has a lot of functionality, but it's typically used by Western developers, so there isn't really compatible with heavily animated sprites. I know there are a lot of engines available online, but I wanted to make one myself.
I personally use Tyranno Builder.
So does everything you want? So it does everything you want it to? Exactly. If you want something done properly, you should do it yourself. Hehehe. You really are a control freak, Nekohime. Maybe, but I didn't spend all that time learning how to code for nothing. Clover's working hard on the music, so I wanted to work hard too. But you're already doing the writing. That's true, but I wouldn't feel like our project if we didn't make absolutely everything ourselves. I want our circle to have its own engine. We deserve to have our own engine. I don't want anybody or anything else getting in the way. Aw, Nekohime, you're such a hard worker. Suki smiles and pats me on the top of the head. Nah.
Oh god. 45! Here we go. Change it.
Watch how easy this is to change, guys. Watch how easy this is.
Hold on. It's not working. There we go. Boom. 45.
Gotta go, Blue. Hey, later, Kim. Are you trying to click on OBS again? Shut up! I purr, batting at my hand with my curl-up fingers. That's 2 more. That's 2 more, guys. That is 2 more.
Freaking purring and batting at things with hands. That's 2 more. Look at that. Look how fucking easy that is.
Suki fiddles around with the test build of Miko made for a while. As far as the visual novel engines go, it's quite simple. You can advance the text by pressing space, shift, or using the mouse. Oh, can you do it with shift too?
Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. Shift doesn't work on this game, Sakura gamer. The fuck, dude?
It also added controller functionality to so a prospective player can use a VS4 or a Hexbox controller. Hexbox, god dang it, to play the visual novel they want. And the player can control the speed of the text. Okay, wait a minute. You have controller functionality, huh? Well, let's use this one. Player can control the speed of the text through the performance menu.
Oh my god, you actually... The controller works. The controller fucking works. What? Oh, and I can go back and forth. Ah! The controller works. I'm gonna use the controller now. Blue, meow every time. Meow every time you want to have to use the counter. Maybe.
Menus can be accessed by left-clicking with the mouse or by clicking on the buttons instead at the side of the text box. They're called quick links.
What happens if I push start? Ah, it's so cool. Yes, controller.
It's a system that runs exactly like any other visual novel, but I'm still proud of it. It took me a few days despite how simple it is, and I'm glad my hard work paid off. Suki looks impressed at least. She nods her head and gives me a thumbs up. It's good! Are you sure the GUI isn't too ugly? GUI stands for Graphical User Interface. In this case, the GUI refers to the text box in the menus. I made them myself in Photo Store. God fucking... But I'm no graphic designer. They fulfill their basic purpose, but they're not particularly eye-catching. Well, let me see. Suki points toward the text box and taps the screen with a pink fingernail. I think it's a little too blocky, and it obscures too much of the screen. One of the biggest appeals to the visual novel is the novel visuals. If the text box obscures the sprites and the backgrounds too much, it gets in the way. So, should I make it thinner? And transparent, maybe. Let's see. What would you say the main theme of the story is? Maids and shrine maidens. Exactly! What we should have is some sort of visual motif running through the GUI that fits into the overarching theme. So, maybe some frilly ribbons or some teacups? That's it! If we put a teacup here, then... Suki gets out her tablet and doing a rough sketch, her tongue poking out of the corner of her mouth. Less than 10 seconds later, she has the hands on the tablet over me. Or she hands the tablet over to me. Ta-da! I tilt my head over to one side. Though it's only a mock-up, Suki's rendition of the text box is a lot more character than my own. My placeholder text box was a blocky thing made of one solid color, but this text box has a lot of character. Just got home from school. What did I miss? Recap. Please don't worry if you don't have to. Basically, we're making a video game. We went over to Clover's and told her how cute she was for being all good at doing music. And now we're looking at my GUI for my text boxes and stuff. Not really a lot has happened. I'm a little sick. Other than that, not really a lot has happened. It's white with ribbons around the edges, which ties nicely into the Shrine Maiden theme. There's also a teacup at the bottom right corner to add some visual flair. Do you like it? It's adorable. I might have to do a few tweaks here or there, but this should work. When I've finished with it, do you want me to upload it onto your online folder? Then you can drop it into the game. That's a great idea. And about the other menus, the save, load, and preferences menus. We should spice them up a little too, following a similar theme, like so. Suki begins sketching on her tablet. What about this? The facelift Suki's given the menu screens really adds some life to the game. The menus follow a similar pattern as the text box, using the same color scheme and visual motifs, trying to tying it all together nicely. Just like a present wrapped in shiny paper. It's so cute. I know, right? Having a functional visual novel engine of our very own is nice, but we have to dress it up a bit. It's these small details that really catch the buyer's eye. You must have played a lot of visual novels. Well, quite a few. There wasn't much else to do back at the shrine other than practice my calligraphy. Suki shudders. Plus, cute girls are justice. I love them more than I love the 3 square meals a day. There are some really impressive character designs in visual novels. A lot of love and care gets put into making these girls visually distinct but adorable. I see. Can we really call ourselves visually distinct? What are you talking about? Don't worry about it. I guess when it comes to visual novels, the novel part has a tendency to take a back seat. It makes sense. When you purchase a visual novel, the visuals are the first thing you see. They're splashed all over the packaging of the box. Now I'm curious. What does your grandma think about your hobbies? She doesn't know. I hid all my visual novels from her. If she knew I had a huge collection of dating sims, she'd be freaked out. Well, since I moved, I couldn't take any of my stuff with me. She might have found them all by now. Ugh. Suki sighs. That'd be a pain to explain if I see her again. When you see her again. You'll be incredibly rich in the sales from Neko Maid, and it won't matter. I hope so. Suki yawns and stretches. Her arms click. I finished up a couple of backgrounds, so I kind of want to take it easy for the rest of the day. Is it alright if I start polishing up the GUI? That's taking it easy? It's not as time-consuming as line art or shading, and playing around with fonts and text placements is kind of fun. Okay, I have a few scenes left to do, so maybe I'll finish those up. Do you want to work on it together? You can drop the WIP GUI files directly into the visual novel, and we can brainstorm on the finer details. That way we'll be able to make something we both like. I'm sorry, but I find it hard to work with other people. I mean, I'm not really used to it. Oh, alright then. Suki frowns. It was just a suggestion. I thought it might save time, but if you don't want to, we don't have to. I just hope you realize at some point in your life, you don't need to keep struggling like this. If you want help, just ask for it. Isn't that what friends are for? Fuck off, bitch. This is my... I want to do it. I want to do it. I'm kidding. Alright, Nekohime. You can do this. I stare at the screen on my laptop, my eyes narrowed. The screen is blank, like a sheet of pure white paper. It's my duty to fill it with neat streams of characters. I will do it. I won't let anyone get in the way, least of all myself. You can do this. My fingers rest over the keyboard, suspended in midair. I swallow. My whole body feels tense and taut. You can do this. I repeat under my breath like a mantra. You can do this. You can do this. You can... I let my fingertips fall against the keys. Tsubaki squeezed Nobuko's bountiful milk sphere. Milk spheres? Really, Nekohime? God dang it. Tsubaki squeezed Nobuko's bountiful milk spheres between her fingers. The flesh spilled out out over her fingertips appealingly, while helpless moans and cries. No! I slammed the lid of my laptop shut. I can't do it. It's impossible. How can an inexperienced girl like me who's never had sex before write a sex scene? There's no way. What on earth was I thinking? She doesn't know how to say it and she used milk spheres. God dang it. At the breakfast table the next day. Are you alright, Nekohime? Clover looks at me anxiously. I sigh, jabbing the prongs of my fork into my chocolate crepe. The chocolate sauce spews from both ends, leaking sticky strands across the plate. Kind of like a scene in my visual novel. Tsubaki's petals, moist and glistening, were engorged with lust and dripping sweet nectar everywhere. My face flushes. I feel like I'm going to be sick. Hey, Nekohime! Earth to Nekohime! Clover waves a hand in front of my face. Are you still in there? I push Clover's hand away. I'm fine. You don't look fine. Your face is white as chalk and you have bags under your eyes. Yeah, well, I stayed up late last night. Doing what? Writing. Just writing! Trying to write anyway. It's much harder to write at sex scenes than I thought. Hey guys! The door opens with a thud. Suki walks into the kitchen, a bright smile on her face, and plops down in the chair beside Clover's. I just had a thought. Oh, what is it? Our visual novel is being made on a short deadline, but we want it to be as good as possible, don't we? Of course. I look at Suki sleepily, rubbing my eyes with the back of my arm. That's the general idea. I'd never agree to have my name attached to a subpar product. That's our Nekohime. She's always so serious. You say it like it's a bad thing. No, I think it's adorable. It's a little patronizing. Anyway, Suki slams her palms against the table. I was thinking I want to draw the most realistic sex scenes possible. I don't like the sound where this is going. It's a good thing I didn't take a mouthful of my crepe or I might have choked on it. I don't really want to think about sex right now. not at the breakfast table, where we eat. I look over at the fridge. I haven't touched it since they were freaking fondling each other on it the other day. Not after my miserable failed attempts to write a sex scene last night. You know, I tore with my sleeve shyly. I haven't written any of the sex scenes yet. I'm finding it a little difficult. That's fine. Maybe my drawings will help inspire you. Honestly, I haven't been able to find any inspiration for the drawings myself. I think I might need a frame of reference. Can't you just watch porn? I try, but it feels so impersonal. I can't get emotionally invested at all. Do you need to be emotionally invested to draw porn? Of course you do. There has to be an emotional investment of the drawings will come out stiff and lifeless. This is a problem for any artist drawing any piece, whether it's a tree or a fruit bowl or a boat in the ocean. When it comes to sex, the emotional investment is even more important. We have to excite our readers, but we also want them to feel a close connection to the cute female characters. We want it to be erotic and sexy, but most importantly, it should be heartwarming. The sex scene shouldn't feel like a cheap tacked-on fan service or a cheap thrill. The sex scene should be integral to the narrative, inseparable from the characters, and utilized carefully to display new sides of their personalities. Oh, there's Suki for you. I always think about these things. You always think about these things so thoroughly. Somebody has to. And here I was thinking you were just a pervert. Me, a pervert? Never. It's clear that the sex will just be... Got me in a coughing fit there, Colin. Characters just turn into spheres, humping each other like go-karts. It's literally just them explaining how to make soccer games, maybe. If we're going to add porn to a visual novel, you just have to make sure we do it properly, that's all. When I use references for my art, I prefer to take inspiration from things that surround me in the real world. This is all just making me so glad that in the game I'm making with one of my friends, we are not using porn. It just makes me really glad we're not freaking doing that. It gives my artwork a little extra personal touch, you know? And... mischievous smile quirks from the corner of Suki's lips. I think I know exactly what to do. Uh-oh. Please no. Please no, please no, please no. Suki. Why are you looking at me? I got the not safe for work version, right? This is the not safe for work version, right? Okay, it is. By now, the game has really started to shape up. All the small bugs have been ironed out, and the engine works more or less as intended. The GUI has been finished, and thanks to Suki's impressive art skills, it has a lot of polish. All the menus share a like theme. The color palette used throughout the visual novel is consistent and appealing. The base script is finished, clocking in about around 38,000 characters. I still have a few branches and extra scenes left to write, but I estimate it should only take a couple of days. The character sprites and backgrounds have been completed, leaving only the CGs. And 4 out of 8 of the music tracks have been finalized, with further 4 still in the preliminary period. I even managed to write a few sex scenes thanks to the little show and tell Suki arranged for me yesterday. Oh, fuck. They just skip right over it. Oh my god. With 6 days left until manga market, everything is going smoothly. Maybe it's going a little too smoothly, in fact. And with a tremendous moan, the walls of Nobuko's pussy tightened about Tsubaki's long, slender digit. No! I crossed my room in 2 steps and pushed Clover out of the way of my laptop. She staggers. A small smirk rises to her lips. Oh, what's wrong, Nekohime? Can't handle the heat? That's not it. I just, I don't want you reading my sex scenes out loud, that's all. So that's going to be really interesting to revisit, huh, Blue? I mean, maybe. I mean, I'm just saying I probably will revisit it at some point. And why not? It's private. Private, is it? I have news for you, Nekohime. When we release this baby at Manga Market, hundreds of people are going to be reading these sex scenes you wrote with such love and care. I didn't write them with love and care. That makes it sound lewd. Oh, are you saying it isn't lewd? Clover raises an eyebrow. She leans forward, peering over my shoulder, and starts to read. Tsubaki squeezed Nobuko's sizable breast between her fingers, the flesh spilled out over her fingertips in an appealing manner, while helpless moans and cries. Enough! That's enough! Give me a second, guys. Time for another drink of water. There we go. Enough! That's enough! That's what I said yesterday, but nobody listened to me. What the fuck happened yesterday? Look, if you're unhappy about that, you should talk to Suki, not me. But you're a lot more fun to tease. Clover. Clover smiles mischievously. You know, Nobuko is based on me. If anybody has a right to read about her first time, it's me. But I haven't finished editing it yet. Then I'll give you some suggestions. I want to look it over myself first. So you can touch yourself right while thinking about poor Nobuko's flower oozing sweet nectar all over. Shut up! If I weren't holding my laptop, I'd put my fingers in my ears. Clover seems to have recovered from her ordeal yesterday. Though seeing such a cute, helpless side of her was a little strange at first. Now I'm beginning to wish that blushly shuddering Clover was back. It's easier to deal with than the teasing one. One knows where all my weak points are, and exploits them shamelessly for maximum damage. I still can't believe it. You're so pure and innocent, but you're writing filth. Maybe this whole time you've actually been a huge pervert. I'm not a pervert. I'm not even that interested in sex. Kya, my hips are moving on their own, moaned Nobuko as Tsubaki's fingers continue to rub the inner walls of her tightening. No, don't you dare! Don't you dare! I wonder what your parents would think if they would think about all this, Nekohime. Look how far their cute, precious little daughter has fallen. Clover, if you tell my parents about this, I will kill you. With what? Your embarrassment? No, I'll smother you to death with this pillow. And I mean it. I don't think I've ever wanted to kill somebody as much as I want to kill Clover right now. So it's a Clover scene that I'm missing. I mean, I gotta go back and check it out, you know, guys. It just seems like something I need to do. The next day. I think that should take care of it. I yawn and stretch, raising my arms above my head. The joints of my elbows click alarmingly. Maybe it's a sign. I should drink more milk. I've been holed up in my room for the last 8 hours, working on those extra scenes for Miko made. Now I'm proud to say the whole script has been finished, including branching and alternate scenes. The final story is around 45,000 characters, which is a little longer than originally anticipated, but it shouldn't be a problem. If anything, I'm sure most people would consider it a bonus. With the writing complete, I have to start programming it together. I have less than a week, but it shouldn't prove to be too difficult a challenge. Scripting a visual novel is incredibly easy if you format everything correctly. Most of the time-consuming part will be defining all the characters and altering their expressions. But I'm sure I can do it. Blue, restrain yourself. Restrain yourself, YouTube guidelines. Oh, that's not going to be on YouTube, that's for sure. I can't do that. But I'm sure I can do it. No, I will do it. Failure isn't an option. Might have to make a not safe for work thing on the Discord and maybe show some CGs. I don't fucking know. A couple of days later. The script has been proofread and fully implemented into the visual novel engine. The sprites and backgrounds have been inserted too. I've coded in the character expressions and everything seems to be working fine. Now all I'm waiting for is the last music track and a couple of CGs. When these elements have been delivered, the entire novel should be finished. Miko Maid is nearing completion. I can hardly believe it. The three of us really worked hard. All our sweat, blood, and tears went into this product, and soon we'll be able to unveil it to the general public. Mania, if you delete that right now, I'll definitely do it. I'm so excited I can barely eat my breakfast this morning. Hey, Nekohime? Clover glances at me curiously, setting her chopsticks down to one side. There's a grain of rice stuck to her cheek, but I don't point it out. Under normal circumstances, I would with a small sigh and roll my eyes, but the circumstances right now are anything but normal. Even if some things are still the same. Clover's a good cook, but quite the messy eater. She slurps her miso soup and picks her teeth with loose fish bones. She always gets rice stuck in her face. Are you alright? I'm fine. But you keep pushing your rice porridge around your bowl. Does it not taste good? Do you feel sick? Suki gets to her feet and presses her palm against my forehead. I don't think you have a temperature. No, that's not it. I can't let myself get sick now, not when we've come this far. I wouldn't. That's the spirit. Suki giggles and sits back down. Clover, meanwhile, gives me a hearty slap on the back. She slaps with a little too much enthusiasm, actually. Ow! Honestly, it's kind of painful. Oh, Nekohime. Oh, Nekohime, more like. Suki smiles, idly coiling a strand of black hair around one finger. You act so cool and aloof, but you might even be more passionate than we are. Well, I like giving things my all. I can tell, you're a very hard worker. And our hard work is almost finished. That's what I was thinking about. Are you excited? Are you so excited you can't eat? Something like that. I just keep thinking, soon we'll be at Manga Market, selling our game to hundreds of people. I press a hand against my chest. Hundreds of people are going to read something that I wrote on an engine I coded with Clover's amazing music. Oh, amazing, is it? I never thought I'd hear you praise me that much, Nekohime. Don't get used to it. I wouldn't want you to get a swollen head. Sounds more like Nekohime I know, and that sounds more like the Nekohime I know and love. But, I guess I never realized how serious you were about making a game before. I thought it was just another one of your whims. I was wrong. Yep, I can be serious from time to time. I see that now. You've been trying really hard the whole time, and, it made me see you in a new way. It made me respect you. Well, thank you. You're an important member of the team, Clover. I'm really glad we're such good friends. You mean a lot to me. We were able to make our dream come true after so many years. And that's really amazing. I'm so happy. I can't sleep, I can't think, and I can't eat. Hey now, I'm glad you're happy, but that doesn't sound very healthy. That's right, you might be overthinking things a little too much. Maybe. I do that a lot. You're still the same old Nekohime we know and love. I'm not old. It's a figure of speech. But you do look quite tired. Do you want a sip of my coffee? No, thank you. But black coffee is best for giving you energy. I pull a face. Coffee is bitter, particularly black coffee, and I can't stand bitter things. The world is bitter enough as it is. Holy shit, yes! I'd rather eat dirt. It'd probably taste better. Suit yourself. Suki picks up her coffee and elegantly takes a sip. I think black coffee has a very mature, refined flavor. It's like a pinnacle of mankind's achievements. Whatever, you can say what you want, but I know the truth. Nobody really likes coffee. Maybe little girls like you don't, who only drink hot chocolate. There's something wrong with hot chocolate? Yeah, fuck you! Is there something wrong with hot chocolate? Huh? You wanna fight, Suki? I'll fight you right here! Of course not, if you're 5. Fuck you. Fuck you, Suki. Fuck you. Anyway. Why you? I grit my teeth together. People can insult me all they like, but insulting sugar, that's taking it a step too far. Sugar is delicious. It's the only thing that gets me out of bed in the mornings. At least, it was. Until I started making this visual novel. It gave me a new reason to live. A purpose, if you will. And now it's nearly over. Maybe that's why I feel so weird this morning. It's not anxiety over the thought of other people reading my visual novel, though I must admit I'm a little anxious. It's anxiety over what I'll do next with my life. I've never felt this fulfilled before. Not ever. The visual novel anchored me. It gave me a goal, something to strive for, Without it, what will I do? Hey, Nekohime? What? Don't even think about getting mopey on us. How could you tell? We're friends, of course we can tell. Clover. It's still way too early to start worrying. I have to finish up the last few CGs, and Clover has that final song. You need to proofread the script a few times for spelling errors. And we still need to work on all the decorations for the stall. Since we're going to Manga Market, we have to dress up the stall as eye-catching as possible. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Can we create a poster? That's the plan, in fact. Suki's eyes glimmer. I think we should, right now. Really? Yup, I bought some paint supplies and poster board. All we need to do is get the creative juices flowing. But I'm not very good at drawing. When I paint, I always go out of the lines. My students prefer painting, are better at painting than I am. That's fine, you two can always give me some ideas. Since we worked on the visual novel together, I want us to work on the poster together. It'll be a bonding experience, and... Suki gets to her feet and ruffles the top of my head. You'll be so busy, you won't have to worry. Is Suki doing this for my sake? Is she trying to take my mind off things? I didn't trust Suki at first. But she really is a nice girl. Except the fact that I hate her because she said hot chocolates for babies, and I'm gonna probably smother her after this is done. We're fucking sunbathing again. There's no better sight than young girls in their bikinis. Giving it some more thought, maybe Suki isn't so nice after all. I can feel my face flushing. I'm not used to wearing a bikini or showing off so much skin. Ah, yes, you both are such charming maidens. Thank you very much. I pout, puffing out my cheeks like a squirrel might. What, was this just a ploy to get us into our bikinis? Well, maybe. Suki, you're such a bad girl. I know. Suki licks her lips seductively. But you love it, don't you? No, I don't love it at all. Not even a little bit? Well, relax, Nekohime. Clover snakes behind me and takes hold of my wrist with both hands. Hey, what are you... Clover raises my arms into the air, so I'm posed like a cross. There's something familiar about this position. Is this that famous pose from the Titan Queen? What the fuck is that? Titanic? Titanic? Titanic. Titanic? What? Titanic? I don't understand, man. Ugh. Exactly. Fly, Rosemary. I'm no Rosemary. But can't you feel the wind in your hair? Isn't it great? It does feel quite nice, actually. It's a pleasant day and the sunshine shimmers down from above. It warms the top of my head and my bare shoulders. I'm going to get a tan if I'm not careful. A gentle breeze toys with my hair. My bare toes curl against the warm grass. I shiver. With Clover's fingers in my wrist, the sunlight on my skin, it really does feel good. During moments like this, I have to wonder, why do I stay cooped up inside all day? Titanic is public domain at this point, isn't it? It should be. You would think. But maybe mentioning the actual movie is different. I think actually, yeah, mentioning the actual movie I think is different than mentioning the event. So them actually mentioning a specific pose might not be public domain. The birds and trees twitter in the background. It's almost like they're thinking too. Anyway, enough messing around. As you can see, I have poster boards and paint buckets all set up. So you do. Oh, look at all the pretty colors. Dang it, guys. I'd get another drink of water. Clover's eyes light up. She relinquishes her hold on my wrist and starts examining the veritable cornucopia of art supplies arranged on the grass. When Suki said she brought paint, she wasn't joking. There are a lot of different paints and a lot of different colors. There are primary colors, red, blue, and yellow. There are other more interesting shades too. Meadow green, shimmering silver, princess pink, imaginative indigo, blood orange. And I'm not trying to be pretentious. I'm just reading the labels over the paint buckets. How much did all this cost? Suki waves one arm carelessly. Money is no object when it comes to making a masterpiece. I think it is an object. I don't want to end up like Van Gogh. So my girls. Suki smiles, picking up the paintbrush in both hands. Let's make a start on the art. I'd just like to mention that this seems like a waste. This seems like a big waste of... I don't think this is a good idea. Personally, Suki, Clover, you guys should get off the fucking thing. We're trying to make a profit. Okay. All right then. Let's keep going. Now, how on earth did this happen? When Suki said she was going to make art, I didn't think she meant performance art. This kind of art is so raunchy, I would never have accepted it in any art exhibit. It's art exhibitionism, more like. Suki, that tickles. Come on now, Clover. The fun is only just beginning. At least it sounds like they're enjoying themselves. You guys. Clover and Suki are lying together on the grass in a very suggestive, sticky embrace, covered from tip to toe in thick, dripping paint. Clover's body is coated up to her neck in meadow green, while Suki's proudly sporting coats of princess pink. And that isn't all. Their bodies are pressed close together and their breasts slide against one another. The paint stuck to their skin mixes with when they hold on to another close, resulting in a brand new shade. I'm not sure what I'd call this unholy abomination of meadow green and princess pink myself. Sinner's brown? Hey, relaxing is important, but we have a bunch of canvases to work on. We don't need paint on our bodies, too. But Nekohime! Suki pouts. Her breasts continue to slide across Clover's. The paint must have reduced the friction between them, making them warm and wet and, No. Stop that, Nekohime. This is much more fun. We didn't come out here to have fun. We came out here to make a poster for our stall, remember? I know. I just wanted to try mixing the colors a little. We don't need to mix the colors. You have more colors out here than a bag of Kittles. That's Skittles for those of you, whatever. But I want to see what kind of color Clover and I can make together. Oh, Suki, you're so bold. I know, right? Suki dips her head and presses a kiss against Clover's cheek. There isn't anywhere else Suki can press kisses, considering Clover's body is almost entirely cloaked in paint. I shake my head, trying to stem a blush. You two are unbelievable! We're just having fun. We've nearly finished our visual novel, Nekohime. It calls for a celebration. That's right, that's right. Why don't you join us? You want me to get all wet and sticky like you? Mm-hmm. Suki licks her lips. It sounds even more delectable when you say it like that. Ugh. My face burns. You two... You... Yes? Suki's fingers blush against Clover's flesh. They leave a sticky princess pink trail along the smooth curve of her stomach and the soft incline of her belly button. Clover whimpers, her body trembles. Are you enjoying the view? Hardly. Then why are you still watching? I'm making sure you guys don't die of lead poisoning, you idiots. Don't worry about me, Nekohime. I'm an artist. I know how to treat my paints. So saying, Suki runs her tongue along Clover's neck. It's ticklish. You really are cute, Clover. Really? Yes, you're my muse. I feel so inspired right now. Suki's fingers continue to run along Clover's skin. She teases her nipples beneath her fingertips. I'm going to make our poster stand out for certain. It'll be the most eye-catching image of the manga market. I hope it isn't illegal. I'm taking away this male protagonist man card if he doesn't join. This is a female protagonist, first off. Oh, man. It'll be all in good taste. Don't worry so much, Nekohime. How can I not worry when you look like that? If I squint my eyes, I can almost imagine they're being devoured by a slime monster. A particularly perverse slime monster. Then again, is there any other type of slime monster? Don't you want to inspire me too, Nekohime? Come. Suki gestures towards me with a few paint-flicked fingers. Though she's covered with the stuff, I can still see her pink nail polish clinging stubbornly to her fingertips. She's still wearing those headphones too. Isn't she worried she'll break them? Come and be my muse. I'd rather not, if it's all the same to you. Boo, why not? It really does feel good, Nekohime. Don't cats like relaxing in the sun? Maybe they do, but they don't like being covered in paint. Breathing in the fumes is toxic. They're calling her a cat, so that means we're getting another cat pun, which means we're up to 48, boys! Look at that. Look at how seamless that 48 was. Man, so good at this now. Maybe that's why I feel so lightheaded. Goodness gracious. I sigh, rolling my eyes to the heavens. Just what am I going to do with them? They're both ridiculous. And yet, a smile quirks at the corners of my lips regardless. I can't help it. Spending time with Clover and Suki really is fun. They've enriched my life more than they know. More than I'll ever let them know. I hope these happy days never come to an end. But as the old saying goes, oh shit! Oh shit, things gonna go down! Shit's gonna go down, boys! Shit is going down! All things come to pass. Nothing good can last forever. And with 2 days left to spare until manga market. Yay, we've done it! Suki throws a pillow in the air in excitement. Clover, meanwhile, jumps into the air. So does her ponytail. And her breasts, which are threatening to explode from the confines of her ridiculous shirt. We did it! I can't believe it! I blink, staring at the screen on my laptop. The words on the screen, "The End," are starting to blur. I wonder why. The three of us sat down in my room to play through our game to start to finish, with all the sprites, background CGs, sound effects, and songs in place. And 3 hours later, it's finally over. The fruits of our hard labor. We've reached it. The end. The credits start to roll on the screen. They're relatively short credits. They have to be. The visual novel was made by a combination of our efforts. Just the three of us. Clover, Suki, and I. Everything was made by us. The engine, the artwork, the writing, the music, even the sound effects. We didn't outsource anything. We didn't use any stock assets from the internet. We didn't use any royalty-free material. It all came from our hard work. Our passionate efforts. And now, it's over. We just need to make the physical copies, which should take the majority of tomorrow. And then on Saturday, we'll go to manga market. We'll set up our stall, and we'll sell our visual novel. The visual novel we all made together. I sniffle. My nose feels stuffy. My eyes hurt. Could it be tears? Am I really crying? Huh, Nekohime, are you getting emotional? No. I shake my head, my cheeks burning bright red despite myself. I'm fine. I just, allergies. Allergies? Yeah, sure. You're happy we finished the project, aren't you? Of course I'm happy. I'm happy because it means I'm through with this nonsense. Finally, I can go back to my day job, and you two won't bother me all the time, and I... My vision gets blurrier and blurrier. The room swims. I really will be lonely. Nekohime, you're too adorable. Come here. So saying, Clover and Suki pull me into a tight, warm hug. It's a little too warm, actually, and Suki's breasts are pressing against my face so I can't breathe. Still, I'm not unhappy about this situation. In fact, though I'm crying, I don't think I've ever been happier. I achieved something really great with the help of my friends. And this won't be the end, you know. It won't. Dang it. It won't. No! Suki pulls away from me, smiling brightly, her whole face shimmering. Mikome is going to be a huge, huge success! And that's right, we're gonna make all the money. Every money. All of these monies. They're all gonna money ourselves into our money. And then we'll make a sequel. A prequel. A whole series. We'll populate the world with adorable girls who have unreasonably huge boobs. And we'll bring a lot of smiles to everyone. But how do you know? We don't know, but we have to believe. It's the power of positive thinking. Suki winks. Clover gives me a peace sign. I look between the two of them, so fiercely confident in our creation, and I nod my head. I should be like that too. I should smile, just like them. I shouldn't look at this as an ending. It's a new beginning. But the only question is, after we reach the credits sequence, what happens next? Wait, what? Is it over? What? What? No! What? Come on! Ah, dang it! We don't even get to see how it sells! Dang it! I was hoping for like one more CG while they're like sitting at Manga Market, like smiling behind like a desk or something. That would have been cute as fucking butts, man. Dang it. Hey, here we go. Wait. When my emotional tears finally abated, Clover suggested with a bright smile like always that we should have a party. Suki was all for it. I was a little more skeptical. In my experience, parties tend to involve 3 key components. I'll outline them for your convenience. Component 1, loud, often headache-inducing music. Component 2, too much alcohol. Component 3, people who have drunk too much alcohol getting A, emotional, B, aggressive, or C, too touchy-feely. And I was right. Not about the aggression, thank goodness, but, well, maybe about the aggression too. Drunken Clover can be awfully vindictive after losing a few rounds of Mario Party. Fucking. The 3 of us had too much to drink, played a lot of video games, ate too many snacks. Actually, I don't think it's possible to eat too many snacks, not if said snacks are covered in sugar, but the other 2 points stand. I'm surprisingly good at holding my liquor, actually. Better than Clover, though she looks like the sort who has parties every single day. She doesn't, of course. She's an elementary school teacher. I'm even better at holding my liquor than Suki, as it transpires. After her fourth, or was it fifth, glass of sour plum wine, she collapsed on the couch in the living room, fast asleep. I thought about drawing something on her face with a marker pen, but I didn't. Clover did instead. Suki's chest rises and falls in her sleep, her lips pursed in slumber. Her black hair is mussed up, coming free from the two pigtails, but she's still wearing her headphones. She hardly ever takes them off. I wonder if she showers with them too. Clover and I watch over her. Clover giggles, capping the marker pen with a snap. Clover's face is flushed. She's staggering. When she talks, she stumbles over her words. She really is drunk.
For such a bad girl, our little Suki's actually a huge lightweight.
I sigh, my arms folded beneath my chest. It's because she was born at a shrine, she probably didn't have much of a chance to drink back home.
I guess not. Her grandma probably wouldn't approve.
Sounds like her grandma didn't approve of anything.
Yeah, she told me a bit about her. She really was an old crone.
Well, she's safe with us now. Though safe is a dubious word choice, even the pair of glasses and mustache scrawled across her face. Given the pair of glasses and mustache scrawled across her face and marker pen. Maybe I'll wipe it off later before she wakes up. You didn't use permanent marker, did you?
I'm not actually sure.
You're terrible.
Hey, I can't be held responsible for my actions. I'm drunk.
You have no right to crow over Suki. You're even worse with alcohol than she is.
I'm not.
You are.
No way.
Clover hiccups and clings to my arm, nuzzling her head against my shoulder.
I'm not drunk at all.
You're not helping your case.
Nekohime, you sound so sensible.
Somebody has to be. Clover prods at my cheek. I frown. Stop that.
Don't wanna.
Prod.
Seriously, stop it. Or what?
Or this. I take hold of Clover's hand and glide it to my mouth. Then, before Clover can push me away, I bite down on the tip of her finger. I don't bite hard enough to hurt, but Clover's eyes snap open to comical proportions. She jumps back, staggering on uneasy legs, and shrieks.
Yeah! Nekohime, you monster!
Suki, still collapsed on the couch, twitches. For a few moments, I wonder if she's going to open her eyes. But then she sighs softly and turns over, nuzzling her desecrated face into one of the cushions. I sigh. You, Clover, should be more considerate.
Huh? Please don't use big words, Nekohime. I don't understand.
And you're supposed to be a teacher, good grief. What are you teaching the youth of today?
I tell them if life tries to hit them, they should hit life right back. Like this.
Clover prods my cheek again with her finger. I feel like pointing out that wasn't much of a punch, but by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't want to encourage her. Wait a minute. I'm looking back like I missed a cat pun? Did I? I don't think I missed a cat pun. Yeah, there's no cat puns. What are you talking about? When she's drunk, Clover can be dangerous. Clover can be dangerous enough when she's awake, but it's worse when she's been drinking. Why are you telling your students to punch people?
No, Nekohime, you don't understand. Not people, just life. And how would one go about punching an abstract
concept?
With their fist, of course.
Of course. Clover makes it sound so simple, too. Maybe to her, everything is. Alright, we should probably get you to bed.
Huh? But I'm not even sleepy.
You're struggling to keep your eyes open.
No, I'm not. I want to play.
What are you, 5?
I have the heart of a 5-year-old.
Well, you do have all those stuffed toys in your bedroom.
Exactly.
Clover nods triumphantly, her ponytail bounces. If you really do have a heart of a 5-year-old, you should have gone to bed a long time ago. It's late. Boo! That's boring! Want to celebrate some more? We're already celebrated. No, you don't understand! It's hard to understand when you keep slurring like that. Now, come on. I grab hold of Clover's hand and march up the stairs to it and down a hallway. Clover follows along behind me limply, giggling to herself. She doesn't put up much of a fight. Maybe she can't? I like it when you get rough, Nekohime. Oh, shut up. I open her bedroom door and usher her inside. Then I make her lie down in her bed. Now good night. Huh? You mean you're going? Yes. But why? I don't want to deal with your drunken antics. Make sure you get some rest and don't complain to me tomorrow if you have a hangover. We might have finished the visual novel, but we have a lot of stuff to do. I expect you to pull your weight, headache or no. I turn ready to leave when... Nekohime! I feel a weight around my wrist. Clover is gripping me. Clover... I look back to her. For once, Clover looks... vulnerable. Her cheeks are lightly flushed from alcohol, and her eyes are big and wide. They remind me of a deer's. They're imploring. Please, don't go. You're being ridiculous. Don't leave me. I'm not leaving you. We live in the same house. But... She whimpers, her lower lip jutting out. I want to stay with you. Good grief. I sigh. But my heart is pounding. The look on Clover's face is really adorable. So adorable I don't know what to do with myself. That's why I have to get away, but Clover's making it incredibly difficult. You're not gonna go, are you? Clover's lower lip trembles. Though she acts rough and wild, she can be surprisingly cute when she wants. Is this what they mean by feminine wiles? I swallow. Though I've been friends with Clover for years, she's still good at manipulating me. Nobody else can make my heart flutter like she does. I'm not even that drunk, but I'm starting to blush. Well, when you say it like that, I can't go, can I? Yay, Nekohime, you're so nice. I love you. You what? Yeah. Let's go ahead and change this up before anything else happens. Freaking 49, boys. I squeal in alarm as Clover, with a sudden burst of strength, pulls me down onto the bed beside her. Oh, hey. How you doing? She pulls me close, winding her arms around my back. We got a little butt! Her legs thread with mine. I can't leave. But I don't think I want to. The heat from her body is warm and soft. Her breasts pushed up against mine remind me of 2 steamed custard buns. Mine now. Clover clings even closer to me. Like a cat! Oh! We did it, boys! We broke 50! Bum, 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 bum. That's right. I'm yours. You really mean it? Of course. I let my eyes fall shut. It's pretty late, and I'm sleepy, plus cuddling up to Clover is so relaxing. Her body is so soft and comforting. I never feel this relaxed when I lay in bed on my own. In fact, I'm something of an insomniac. I find it hard to get to sleep at nights, and I always end up having naps at inopportune moments, especially in the shower. If I'm with Clover, however, if I rest my head against the cushion of her chest, I could drop off into a deep, dreamless sleep with no problem. She really is my best friend. Our bodies fit together so well. But is that something a friend would say about another friend? Hey, Sayo! Clover prods me in the side. I blink, my eyelids fluttering open. But why are you using my real name? It seems appropriate. I squirm. It's weird. Does Suki know your real name? I don't think I ever told her. Good. Why is that good? I want to call you by something only the two of us know. It's like a secret code. You really are childish. Maybe. It's because your family spoils you. Who wouldn't want to spoil me? I'm adorable. You think I'm adorable, don't you, Sayo? I think you're insufferable sometimes, but yes. On rare occasions, you can be quite adorable, Chica. What? Clover, no, Chica squeals happily, nuzzling our foreheads together. You know, I miss this. What do you mean? I missed being with you, all close together like this. Well, we really are close right now. A little too close. We're so close together our noses are almost bumping. I feel her breath against my cheek. It's a little sour from the alcohol, and it's not entirely but it's not entirely unpleasant. I don't like alcohol very much, but I do like Chica. Yeah, I mean, I like being with Suki and all, but you're my bestest friend ever, Sayo. I like being with you the most. Buddy, are you sleeping right now? Buddy, what's wrong with you? You having bad dreams? Really? Really? These last few days, I wanted to spend more time with you. I want us to hang out like we always used to, just the two of us. But last week, when you were in the kitchen, I saw you kissing Suki. I know what you saw, but it wasn't, like, serious. We were just playing. It didn't look like you were playing to me. Did it really upset you that much? Not at all. But my voice is trembling. Chica has a point. I haven't spent as much time with her as usual lately. Partially it was because we were focused on working on the visual novel, but there was another reason too. A reason I didn't want to admit, not even to myself. It would make things far too awkward. But avoiding it is childish. Well, I pause, reconsider. Maybe seeing the two of you kiss did upset me. Just a little. Only a little? I swallow. I can taste alcohol on my breath. Gross. Alright, fine. More than a little. Oh? Chica leans in closer still, her fingers trailing against my cheek. Her grip on my waist tightens. I shudder beneath her touch. I can't help it. Our skin is pressed so closely together, our thighs rub together, while Chica's fingers run along the gentle curve of my back. She's exploring my body like no one else has. And why do you think that was, Sayo? I don't know. You might not know, but I do. What is your theory then? What do you think? Me? Why? It's because you like me, of course. Really? That's right. You like me a lot. More than you've ever cared to admit. When Suki arrived, you were worried she was stealing me away from you. But you know what? What? Even after I kissed her, you were the only person on my mind. All this time, Sayo, you're the only one I've wanted. You're the one that I love. And with that, Chica dips her head and captures my lips with hers. Her kiss was very soft and sweet, despite the bitter taste of alcohol. Everything about her is so warm and cozy. My eyelids fall shut, my lashes meld together. As we kiss, our tongues entwining lackadaisically, I think. Yeah. She's right. Of course she's right. Nobody knows me like she does. This whole time, I really was jealous. I was jealous of her and Suki's relationship. And that's why I stopped spending so much time alone with her. It hurt too much. But now that we're together, I can say this with certainty. Being with her, holding her in my arms and trading soft, gentle kisses like this, it feels right. Is this what love is? If it is, then I never want to be without Chica. She's the person I love more than anything else in the whole world.
Teacher's pet! Oh my god! I just got the fucking achievement called Teacher's Pet. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh man. That was interesting. Ugh. We did it, boys! We did the thing! The scene's kind of ruined by the fact they already had this discussion, didn't they? Yeah, they had a similar discussion. They definitely did have a similar discussion. Oh, man. Well, that was a lot shorter than I thought it'd be. Thinking about Sakura Gamer as a whole... There's a hentai called Teacher's Pet out there. Could Teacher's Pet be another cat counter? Fuck it, yeah. Let's go. Cat counter up to 51, boys. Do. Oh man, what can I say about this game? As far as Sakura games are concerned, it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite at all. It's good. It's definitely good. I'll give it that. It's a good game. But as far as Sakura games are concerned, definitely still prefer Sakura Santa. Definitely still prefer Sakura Shrine Girls. As far as like a comedic Sakura game, I think I still kind of prefer this over Sakura Fantasy. Especially since Sakura Fantasy wasn't supposed to be a comedic one, but it was far more comedic than it should have been. So yeah, I think that's how things are considered in my hierarchy right now. So far, my top 5 hierarchy of Sakura games goes something like Sakura Santa, Sakura Shrine Girls, probably after that, Sakura, probably this, honestly, probably Sakura Gamer, followed by Sakura Fantasy, and potentially Sakura Dungeon. I don't like Sakura Fantasy and Sakura Dungeon, so they're just making the top 5 because there's nothing else better than them. Sakura Gamer just edges out to being a good Sakura game, in my opinion, because everything it's doing, it meant to do. The comedic and self-insertion of this thing were all perfectly done in the respect that they were going to be used. Sakura Fantasy wasn't supposed to be comedic. Nope, it was not supposed to be comedic. It was supposed to be a fucking fantasy story, and it sucked at it. Honestly, the biggest problem with Sakura Fantasy is Raylan. Like, Raylan, I love her, but she's fucking Raylan, man. She's such a fucking hypocrite, that's all I'm saying. I love her, but god dang it, Raylan, calm the fuck down. Ugh. But yeah. And not to mention, it's like, we need to get, I mean, it's like, Sakura Fantasy Part 1. We need to get other parts to that, man. That's only why, that's literally the only reason Sakura Fantasy is so high for me, because it's not finished yet. Maybe, and I'm still kind of looking forward to the next iteration. Maybe I'll play. Maybe I'll finish Sakura Fantasy on stream one day. Sakura Agents was a bit odd towards the end. I haven't played Sakura Agents yet. I played Sakura Magical Girls. It kind of sucked. Kind of sucked ass. Like, if any Sakura game was a porn, like Sakura Magical Girls is a porn. Like, I'm just saying that flat out. If any Sakura game is a fucking porn Sakura game, Sakura Magical Girls is a fucking porn. Like, oh my god. Calm the fuck down, Sakura game. I've heard the same thing from Sakura Swim Club. Was it? It's mostly a porn, but more than anything. At least Sakura Spirit wasn't like just a porn game. I have to try Sakura. I have to try Sakura Agent. Also wanting to try Sakura Nova. Those are two I haven't played yet. Sakura Angels I still kind of want to play. I don't really want to play Sakura Beach or Sakura Beach 2, even though they have the same. I'll probably end up playing Sakura Beach and Sakura Beach 2 because they do have the artists that I like taking care of their art. But the next one I want to do, I think, is going to be like Sakura Space, probably. Sakura Space it looks like it might be a pretty good one. I might play Sakura Space next on stream if I ever decide. After a little while, I need to calm down after a freaking other Sakura game. But Sakura Space will definitely probably be the next one I play. Either that or Sakura Agent. One of those two. Because they're still from the same artist that I like. Sakura Nova, I should give it a chance, but it's from the artist I don't like. Sakura Nova is from the artist of the Sakura games. That's the same one that did it from the beginning, and I don't 100% like their art. Maybe I should give it a chance, but I tend to think that I favor games from the same artist as like Sakura Santa. So Space, Nova, and Agent, those are probably the three that I'm thinking about next. I'll probably leave a poll or something in the Discord one day for like which one you guys think I should do. But again, I'm not going to be doing that for quite a while. The next visual novel I do is probably going to be Nekopara. I'll probably play Nekopara at some point. It already seems a bit rushed. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like that's how all the games from that artist seem to feel. It's like they're trying to get to the CGs too hard. That's the one thing I hate about that artist. Like they don't seem to put as much. The artist is they do great art, but they don't seem to put as much emphasis in the story when they use that artist because it's all just like rushing to get to the CGs. But that's just my opinions. We all know what you mean by calm down, Blue. Man. But yeah, I think Sakura Space is the one I'm really looking forward to. Sakura Agent should be good. And maybe I'll give Sakura Nova a chance. I don't know. On the Steam page, it looks like there's a guy in it, so that's different for a Sakura game. From what it looks like, there's like a guy portrait. You overall enjoyed it? You enjoyed this stream, or you enjoyed Sakura Nova? What'd you enjoy, Christy? Looking at all the Sakura games, yeah, it definitely goes in that order for me right now. So I'm sorry, Sakura Santa has yet to be beat. Sakura Santa was too fucking cute. Oh yeah, Blue, I have some really bad news. Uh-oh, what's up, Draco? Yeah, one of the interesting CGs came really early. Yeah, there's no build. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, Blaze. You probably just gave me a lot of a reason not to play Sakura Nova right there. Sakura Nova? But Christy says it's good. I mean, I'll leave a poll. I'll do a poll on my Discord. If you guys want to, Logan confirmed that it was impossible to bring Gaia. Hey, who said I'm using the Holy Grail? Shut up, Draco. Shut up. You don't know. You don't know anything. I'm bringing Gaia back. I'll leave a poll in the Discord. If you guys want to go into the Discord at some point, it's in the description down below on the YouTube side of things and on the Twitch side of things. heading to the Discord and chatting with me up whenever you guys want to. I'll leave a poll at some point whenever I get to doing another Sakura game again. Maybe by that point another Sakura game will have come out and I'll just play it. Who knows? But I think the next Sakura game that comes out is going to be from the other artist anyway. I don't know. I need to give them about another chance though. I really do need to give that artist another chance. With all that being said though, guys, Sakura Santa was perfect. Sakura Santa is the perfect Sakura game. It did exactly what it came out to do. The characters were likable, they're cute, and it really captured the Christmas spirit. Fucking love Sakura Santa. Sakura Shrine Girls after that, and then Sakura Gamer. Sakura Gamer is really good. Sakura Gamer, I will say, is a good game. I didn't think so at the first stream. The first stream, I actually thought this was going to be really bad, but for a game, Sakura Gamer makes third. It makes third out of overall Sakura games for me. You guys might have a different list. Makes third for me. With all that being said, guys, if you have any questions, comments, complaints, or wisecracks, throw them down in the comments below, or head over to the Discord, which Levy just linked in both chats, and see what is going on with me whenever I am offline doing things like this. Tomorrow we're gonna be playing in a very interesting game if it shows up. If the game shows up in time, we're going to be playing Sonic Forces. I ordered a physical copy from Amazon, and if it shows up in time, we'll be playing it. If it does not show up in time, I don't know. We'll figure something else out. Maybe we'll finally do another random game stream and see what all these other things are going to be happening and doing in the interim of me not playing them in forever. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I enjoyed myself. And until next time, guys, later days.